everybody, welcome back to Central Valley Talk Live. It is the 21st of September. Austin Reed coming to you from our Tower District studios. You know, today is the final day of summer. That's right. Fall kicks off sometime early tomorrow morning. So there we go. Goodbye, summer. And it definitely has cooled down across the Central Valley. The only bad news is I was just looking at the forecast, looking ahead to the rest of the week and then through the weekend. Of course, as summer kicks off tomorrow, we're going to warm back up and get closer to the 90s, possibly see the mid-90s by the weekend. So summer in Fresno will continue. Oh, well, what are you going to do? All right, we are talking about the Rogue Festival now, and we have got two guests next to me. This is Grant and A. Elizabeth Neal. Welcome, guys.
Hello.
Yeah, thanks for coming. And now you're from Seattle.
I am.
Okay,
yes.
Very cool. We were just talking before the interview. I'm from Portland, and you do a lot of work in Portland.
I do. I love
so
it down there.
shout out to the Northwest. Now, you're local.
Yes.
So Fresno, Seattle, Portland.
Yes. Great city.
A trifecta. There you go. Yeah. 3 random cities combined. So hey, they're cool cities. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, that's true. Yep. You just
somewhat
go up north.
I've been coming to Fresno
Straight
for a
pattern.
decade
Right.
now.
Yeah.
I feel local here too.
I
This
bet.
is second home now.
He's got a key to a house on
You-
one of the streets out in
Yeah.
Tower.
All right. So this is
Local
a second
enough.
home. Yeah. Now, okay. So you guys are producing this. Well, let's start from the very beginning. How did you guys get in touch with the Rogue? We'll start with you.
So I started working with Rogue Festival as a performer, and I helped bring artists into town about a decade ago.
Okay.
A few years after that, Jane Day, who is a former Rogue Festival producer, and I started up the Mini Rogue, which is just, the idea is to be 6 months from the last Rogue, 6 months to the next Rogue, and just have a bite-size, one venue, one weekend, anywhere from 4 to 6 shows instead of the 50 or so that are in Rogue. And we did that for 6 years before pandemic hit, took a little break. So Elizabeth here joined us on the last one, helping out, and more helping this time.
Yeah.
So is newer to the production team, but not new to helping us out with all sorts of tasks.
Awesome.
So we're just basically bringing that idea back, that it keeps the Rogue in people's minds, and it happens right around the time of the applications. It's a great time to remind people of these types of fringy, fun, weird, original shows.
Right. Okay. So
That's more than you asked.
No, that's
Good
okay.
amount.
No, that's good. No, I like more info. I'm all about more
That's
info.
great.
So, how about you?
How long have I been working with
Yeah.
Rogue? My first Rogue Festival was back in 2016.
Okay.
I just started off with volunteering, helping out where I could, hand billing, flyering for any shows that may need it, gophering for Grant when he may need it.
Yeah.
There's always too much to
There's
do.
always
Oh, I know.
Yes.
Well, and it is crazy to think of all the work that goes into this. You know.
Yeah.
So, okay. Let's talk about the show.
Yes.
So, whoever wants to do the rundown.
This time, now generally for this, like I said, for the main Rogue, for the Rogue Festival, there are anywhere from 50 to 60 shows usually happening in multiple venues around Tower District. For this, like I said, bite-sized, fun little appetizer to keep our minds on it, only one venue. The last many years of it, we have always been in the back room at Review, but this year, because that wasn't available, we're at a new venue that is not a new space, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
We're in the Labyrinth Arts Collective,
Okay.
1470 North Van Ness, which used to be first Broken Leg Stage and then Fresno Soap Co.
Oh, okay.
Right next to Spokeasy. So we're all in there. There were 4 shows happening. Each performs twice, plus one special event, which is a live game show we're using to pay the rent for the venue.
Oh, interesting.
So we will actually both be in that one.
Okay, I want to hear what's the game show.
Do you
Fringe
want to describe that? Because
Okay.
I'm the host for that one,
You're
so
the
I'm going to
host?
let
Okay,
Elizabeth
all right.
describe
Are
that
you
one
the
for us.
Vanna White?
We'll have 2 of those this time. And, yeah.
Oh, okay, very good.
Vanna White, if she was a gremlin.
There
Yes.
you go. All right.
Yes.
That's my role. That
There
is
you
what
go.
I do.
It's a great description.
That is
Yes.
a great description. And you know what? Halloween is coming up, so.
And it's all local performers, but we just get 2 teams of local artists performing fun, almost like party games for each other for the
Okay.
crowd.
Okay.
And we want the crowd for that one to feel like there's no fourth wall. They are at the party with us.
Right.
And we're just doing fun, silly games up on stage. Our friend Strangely, who's also one of the performers.
Strangely, I know Strangely.
Strangely's been in here before.
Okay,
Yeah.
Because that name, I mean,
Yeah.
we interview
The
like...
accordion.
Oh, of course.
Yes,
The
yeah,
accordion, the big beard.
That's right.
No, you
That's
interview
right.
way too
I
many
know, it's
people.
like
but-
30 people a week.
So we'll get to Strangely's also doing one of the 4 shows, but
Yes.
Strangely is the house band for the the game show. I'm the host.
Awesome.
Elizabeth helps on stage, and then we have 6 people playing games that are usually attached to Rogue Festival in different ways. Admin, performers, just local folks who we draw in to help make the whole show more fun.
Well, I love this because, as you and I know, the Northwest is all about arts and culture, and I mean, it's That's one of the best things that makes the Northwest great, you know.
Yes.
So with you coming and working with you, like, it seems like there's a good synergy.
It really is, and we make sure to balance because there are 2 local groups in this here as well. Same with Rogue Festival in general; it's about an even mix of local groups and out of town groups because one of the and we've discussed this too that Fresno folks love the out-of-towners. They feel like there's more prestige to it coming in, but we like to use these things to point out that the local groups are great. Like, there's a lot of real good local talent that still does original, weird, fringy work, which when we say weird, the people who do the fringe festivals, we mean that as an absolute compliment.
Right.
Yes. So, like, the poetry group.
Just like keep Portland weird.
Well, yeah, exactly.
Bring
we want more of that, but we want to.
Right.
We not only do we want to bring more of that here, we want to help remind Fresno folks it's already here if you look for it.
Right. So. No, it's true. And then for you, Elizabeth, tell me, since you started it back in 2016, why did you want to get involved?
I've always loved theater. I've been doing more traditional types of theater since about 7th grade.
Okay. I'm a theater nerd too.
Oh, great.
Love to see it. Love to see it.
Yeah.
And I'd heard some of my friends talking about Rogue Festival for several years, and I never bothered to check it out. And then one year I was like, oh well, I've actually got free time. I've got the ability to go, and I'll go check it out. And then I fell in love with it, and now it's consumed me, and I can't escape.
You know what? But you have the passion, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
You love it. So, and I mean, the Rogue has there's so much.
Yes.
During Rogue Festival.
Yes. And it's hard to choose in a beautiful way.
Right.
Because there's 5 shows going on in this time slot over the week. One of the things we tell people is same with this, we're going to have 3 shows each night. Some of them are repeats. Everybody performs twice.
Okay.
But what we want to tell people is for that amount of money, you can get an all-show pass. I got to throw all this in for $45 and see all 4 of the main shows plus the game show, and save yourself $10 on there. But for $12, you can go see any of the shows. So you could, for a night, for 3 hours, 4 hours of your night, spend less than you would to go see a touring Broadway show and see original work. 3 completely different genres, locals and out-of-towners. So what we tell people is go take a chance.
Right.
And same with Rogue. You could see 5, 6 shows in a day, and maybe 1 or 2 of them will be okay. Sure. 1 or 2 of them will be amazing. But you're going to take a chance on things and see things you have never seen before.
Right. Yep.
And I love that. Yeah.
We were in the Rogue Festival. This was back in May. Mike and I were. It was just during the parade. So.
Oh, great!
But man, it was a blast.
So fun.
Yeah,
the energy is amazing.
And that was the first time I had ever gone.
Yeah.
So, and it was incredible. So if you haven't gone before, this is your chance. Let's do the rundown of.
Yes.
Go ahead. Yeah.
No. So, the rundown of the shows for there.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, we're jumping in too quick
good.
for that.
You're good.
Do you want to describe 1 or 2 for them as well, or should I just run through for you?
Run through a couple.
So the out-of-towners specifically, we have a Fresno favorite by this point, our friend Strangely Duesberg, who we were talking about, who is, when you see any of his shows or him in person, somebody who should be named Strangely.
Right,
it just works.
Yes.
Very fitting.
Yes, it's a beautiful thing. We love him. I work with Strangely on more projects than any other performer, and I travel all over North America doing these kinds of festivals.
Oh, really?
Helping
So
artists
not just
learn
in
about
Fresno?
them. No, there's about 80 of these fringe theater festivals in North America, about 250 in the world. Strangely travels to Edinburgh a lot of years, Australia a lot of years, one of our favorite places to come. And you know that they're, to a lot of people, either they know nothing about Fresno or maybe have heard some bad things.
Right.
We talk this city up, and it is because of these events.
Right.
So we just brought him down for a fundraiser recently as well, because we didn't do them in our own cities. We didn't do them in Seattle or Portland. We did them here because of the crowds here. So he's coming back with a new storytelling show called Happy Little Suicide Banjo and explaining why he was supposed to be in Norway right now, learning how to build wooden boats because he's named strangely and everything about him fits that.
Why wouldn't he go to Norway?
Norway,
So
yeah, right.
That got put off, and he's going to explain why with that.
I like that.
But we also have another visiting artist named John Bennett, who now lives in Portland, but is from Australia, got married, moved over here.
Okay.
And he does storytelling shows as well. The show he has brought here before, and I'm hoping is allowed on here, his main show that he gets attention for is called Pretending Things Are a Cock.
Okay.
So that I'm going to call that self-explanatory. But there is also a very heartfelt family story within that he just uses that to draw attention. Right. This one is called Fire in the Meth Lab, and it's about his brother and troubles he's had in his life and how this affected John. And again, a very heartfelt but funny story.
Yeah.
He's doing some stand-up comedy while he's here, some in Clovis tonight, some in Fresno later in the weekend. He mixes those together really well. Awesome. So he's been in town a little less. So it'd be wonderful to get him more support just to show him why the touring artists all end up coming back here because of the wonderful crowds.
Right.
Then we also have the poetry group, Inner Ear Poetry Jam. Okay. They're local.
And they are wonderful.
So really?
They are so talented.
When you hear poetry, a lot of people think it's going to be, the quiet section in the side of the library, reading through stuff. And this is slam poetry. This may be more dynamic than some of the other shows in there.
It's like, is that kind of considered similar to maybe rapping?
In some ways, you get that rhythm for it, and you want... the performance of it matters as much as the words. Okay. So in that way, yes.
Okay.
And in the current Fresno Poet Laureate, Megan Bohigian, and one of the former Fresno Poet Laureates, Brian Medina, are two of the 5 performers, along with Scurvy Spears, who, much like Strangely, Scurvy, there's a reason the name's there. Shane Scurvy Spears.
Enough to describe that man.
It's so wonderful. These amazingly, again, heartfelt poems done in this very dynamic, visceral way. And then Michael Jasso, who runs his own poetry group up in, I believe, Visalia, is coming down for this.
Nice.
And Aidid Medina coming in, who's another local performer, does an amazing job. And all very different styles in this just hour of time. Right. So that's 3 of the shows right there. And then our other local show is our ensemble play for this one. Still just an hour long, but the scripted show by a group called Fools Collaborative. And Alexis
I've
Mikado.
heard of them too, yeah.
They do a lot locally. And they've been waiting to work with Alexis, the playwright, for a while. And this is a world premiere of her new play. She's a local playwright and Chicana legend. And the whole point of this, she pointed out her inspiration doing this, I believe for a master's a while ago, she told me, was her professor was asking about doing something based on her culture and her family's culture. Yeah. So she based this around a video game. It's meant to be a video game challenge in this hour, but the point is she feels like in her culture, the video game isn't meant for her to win. So how do you play a game that isn't designed for you? And I thought that can apply to all of us in some way. Yeah. So this is going to be her way. This is going to be their way, but it's something we can all go in and relate to in our own specific way, and I love that. So that's the larger local ensemble show. Okay. So we have those 4 shows and our game show all happening between Friday at 7 and Sunday at 9. Okay. So we're going to pack in 2 performances for everybody in there. It's going to be great.
So are you guys, so we're at Wednesday now.
Yeah.
Are you stressing yet?
Oh, yeah. As I tend to tell people.
You have been. Right.
I've been in Seattle, and I'm made of 50% nervous energy when I'm relaxed.
Right.
So, panicked, we get all this out. What's happened then is I get to send it by text. Down.
Yes. Oh, yeah.
Say,
of course.
Elizabeth.
Yeah.
And you get to translate that panic.
Yes.
Right.
We were sitting in Howlin' Wolf a few nights ago, and he just looked over at me and said, "Well, there's nothing else to do. Might as well panic."
There you go.
So those may be our shirts for next year.
Oh, that's a good idea.
The little minion robot with nothing
this is
else
my
to
production
do.
company.
Might as well panic.
I love it.
Because we're not officially Rogue staff. The point of this was Rogue sponsors of the Mini Rogue.
Right.
And they want the event to be here because it helps draw attention, but their staff works so hard just to get the Rogue Festival up that they said, we'll sponsor this if Jane Day and Tina Jones from Rogue Board and Elizabeth and I, and if we do the production work on this, they'll sponsor us, give us resources, give us the validity.
Right. Awesome. Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
So give a little better explanation.
Yeah, no, and I do have to ask you, since
Yeah.
you don't come here, and like you said, a lot of people from outside Fresno, and you know this, they're like, oh, Fresno, there's nothing going on there, and then you drive down Highway 99 and you don't see the Tower District, you don't see downtown, people are like, and by the way, I'm just gonna say it, I don't know why they can't clean up 99. I don't look at 41. 41's fine,
great,
but 99, and that's the one that everybody's cruising through.
I'm on that all the
I feel
time
like
because
they may do some type of cleanup regularly, but because there are so many,
Trucks,
there's so much traffic and so much just pass through on that freeway, it just can't be kept clean.
we're being critical and
right. Yeah, I know.
You're
I
being
love
reasonable.
that. Hey, that was a
great.
nice.
Come on.
Usually I'm the cynic. Grant, what's going on?
If the Fresno City Council's watching right now,
we love you. Do great work. There's a reason I come down.
99,
I defend Fresno when people either say they know nothing or if they talk down. Locals can talk down to the city to me because they have more cred here than I do.
Right.
If out of towners talk it down to me, I tell them, no, come with me. I'll take you to Gazebo Gardens. I'll take you to the Brewery District.
Yep.
I'll get you in
Kearney
Tower.
Mansion.
Yeah. And like I said, it's not a joke. Because of the way I get into my house in Seattle, we use a side door. I don't have a key to my own house on my key ring. I have a key to the guest house I've used for a decade in Tower District.
Yeah,
so
that's awesome.
I may not be a local, but
But there's
Local-ish.
Localish.
there's two coffee shops that know my order, a few breweries
Hey,
that know
that's
my
good.
beer.
That's pretty.
We
that
bring
ain't-
artists in, we bring money in, we love it.
Right.
So, yeah.
Well, that's the other thing, and I know we've only got about a minute left. But
sorry, we're
no,
talking
I
all
know.
over the
Well, yeah,
place.
we can talk for another half an hour. But the financial part of this, all the money that comes into this city because of Rogue.
That's what we want. If half the artists are coming from out of town, they they bring in money, they take out goodwill and good image.
Right.
And
how long has Rogue been going on now?
This next Rogue will be the 22nd year.
And it seems like year by year, it's just getting bigger.
It is.
Right?
Yeah.
More
It
people are
absolutely
coming.
is.
But
It's great.
yeah. All right. Where can people get more info if they want it?
So,
best way.
Best thing now, if you look for the Mini Rogue on Facebook, we have an event page up, or to just go directly for more information, minionproductions.org is my website, and the
there's your
homepage
shirt. Yep,
has
right
all of
there.
that. On there, you'll also find the ticket link, which is at ticketleap.minionproductions, but better to go in and get all the information on the Minion Productions page first. And then at the ticket page, you can get individual tickets already or the all-show passes already. You can also get them at the door. It is a 40-seat space.
Okay, so sooner the better.
Very small black
Better
box.
to go in now. We love that. These kinds of shows belong in a space where you can see the whites of the eyes of the back row.
Yes.
You're part of what's going on. But that means go get stuff now.
Yeah. Sooner rather than later, guys. Thank you so much. Great to
Thank
meet
you.
you.
It's
Thank
great.
you. I'll see you again.
Absolutely.
You're in Fresno, and you're
be
always
back.
coming back.
Yeah.
So.
He is.
All right, everybody. That's going to do it for Central Valley Talk today. Thank you for joining us. We'll be back tomorrow. Bye-bye.